I'm Beth Ann.
What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is Sunday, Series Sunday, that day of the week where we talk all things one series and one series only. And this week, we are back with a special guest, a recurring special guest, a recurring dream in our lives. We are here with Robbie.
Yay. Hi guys, I'm so happy to be back.
Hey, it's Robbie.
Hey, it's Robbie.
Such a great tagline.
Thanks.
I can't wait. Okay, we're talking future series.
Yes, and it took us a hot minute to do this on Series Sunday because we were like, we have to wait until we're back with Robbie because we watched the show together.
Yes, you guys got me into it.
We introduced Robbie to this.
Yeah.
No, you guys introduced me to my obsession with Tidal. I just wanted to make that very clear.
So you watched it for Tidal. Oh.
Yes.
What an experience.
That's how I got hooked on Tidal.
I love that.
Interesting.
We have had quite the journey. This is in the Love Mechanics universe,
yes.
Which I forget how much I love this universe until I watch something in it. Because we started our BL journey in the Love Mechanics universe with End of Love.
End of Love was my first Thai BL.
Yes.
Not yours, but mine. That's how you got me into BL. You had watched a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But you got me into BL through a Taiwanese series, but my first Thai BL was End of Love.
And End of Love out of order, because I was like, Love Mechanics is the one that Ayla is going to.
Somehow you instinctively knew that I was going to just love War, that War was going to be I guess that's what happens when you're friends for IRL friends first.
Yeah.
That War.
I knew in my heart of hearts, because my favorite End of Love is This Is Love Story, because the most iconic line
I have so many problems with.
I know, but the most iconic line is he's brother who isn't a brother, a
daddy that isn't father.
Yes. It's the
outstanding.
Most iconic.
Shout out Ben's Alert.
Yeah. But so Rookie Thailand paid for Love Mechanics, and we're like, we are going to milk every single storyline we can out of this.
Right. Well, and so what happened is End of Love, they did the series End of Love, and Love Mechanics was just so widely popular. And I think there was a vote on which one you wanted to see as a full-length series. And of course Love Mechanics. And there was also another vote somehow of I don't remember. There was a lot of voting going on with End of Love, a la Two Moons. And so I'm pretty sure there was a vote. I think if somebody remembers what actually happened with this, comment and tell me, because I could be totally incorrect. And Love Mechanics was one that people wanted to see as a full length, and so it ended up. This is why it was going to be a full length, and then it took forever to make. And then originally it was Rookie Thailand and Wabi Sabi, and then it was just Rookie Thailand, and then it ended up we're filming it, and Yin War Prom Bonds have left Rookie Thailand, but we're still attached. It was a whole journey to get to Love Mechanics, and then we were like, we need future series.
Yes. Because we get introduced to Win Bonds at the end of the full-length Love Mechanics, but it's still unclear as to if we're going to get them, because Bonds has not left.
Bonds has left Rookie Thailand. But Rookie Thailand does own the rights, I believe, to everything in the End of Love Mechanics universe, which is where Future Series came out of. So Future Series is a piece of this, and we'll talk about it, but there's some very funny references to Mark and V. All your fave characters are back from End of Love, but it for the most part played by new folks. Anyways, whole thing.
Fun fact, I first got into the Love Mechanics universe the first time we hung out and met in real life.
Oh, right. We made you watch End of Love.
You made me watch Love Mechanics, all of them.
That.
So the first time we ever met,
that's right.
we had little drinky drinks, and then we just had
We made you watch End of Love.
Because I hadn't watched any of
that.
them. So technically this is a full circle moment for all of
gosh,
us.
The
very first time we met in real life, we literally
amazing.
binge watched majority. I think there was one we didn't watch.
I don't think we got to This Is Love Story, which is for the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
you would actually love This Is Love
you
Story.
think so? Maybe I'll have to watch
listen,
it.
we can have a whole discussion about This Is Love Story, because
I forget how much I love this world and these characters until I watch them and I'm like, oh yeah.
It's very like nostalgic.
That's what I was gonna say. The nostalgia.
I mean, it's classic engineers university. So good. Okay, let's get to the nuts and bolts, and then we can talk more about the series.
Yes.
It's only 6 episodes.
So sad, but it was supposed to be 5, and we ended up with 6. So at least we got that extra ep.
It's on YouTube, which is always nice. Done by Rookie Thailand. Dr. Anna is played by Big Boom, and Fuse is played by Boom.
Yes. Okay, synopsis time. Fuse is the handsome moon of the engineering faculty. He doesn't know why, handsome as he is. He's still single. P. Anna is a nice dentist whose smile shakes his heart. It's these damn symptoms that anyone would call falling in love to a depth of 3,452 meters, isn't it?
What?
I feel like surely that's a reference from the book. Yeah, like that has to be a reference from the novels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, I don't get it either. Like, this has to be like an end of love thing.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Dr. Anna and Fuse. My goodness.
Boom, Big Boom.
First of all, Big Boom kills it as Dr. Anna.
I know. I was like, how is Big Boom going to play like a 5th-year med student? Yep.
Yes.
I was like, how is this sweet little cherubic angel of a boy gonna do this?
He kills it.
He does it.
The maturity that he shows in this character is so enjoyable to watch.
Oh, 1,000%.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think he could do it before this show started.
He killed it.
He was amazing.
Listen, by episode 1, I was like, he could clean my mouth, or he could go. He could look at my teeth any day of the week.
I mean, I actually just got a new dentist. It's actually a very undignified situation because they're like.
Yeah.
Like, it's so, actually, I don't think that I would want Big Boom as my dentist because it's very, like, undignified. Like, you're very much, like,
yes.
They're, like, poking around in there. There's, like, mirrors. Like, it's not a good time for anyone.
The journey that Dr. Anna goes on in this show, the sweet boy goes through it because you find out that he has been dragged through the mud by his previous ex-boyfriends, one of who we meet.
And dragged through the mud, we only know this because when he and Fuse start dating, they like go out on this little dinner date and they're walking to the market and this boy shows up and is like, and slut shames him.
Oh my God.
And is like, oh, so you guys are already like doing it on the first date. And then Fuse is all angry and like Fuse is trying to fight him. And Dr. Anna is like, but it's true. And I was like, oh. And so... Yes, he essentially gets slut-shamed in, like, Ep 2.
Yeah.
And so this is how we know that, like, he kind of has this reputation for, like, dating around. Right. And also because...
He's the Taylor Swift.
Yes,
also because the cutest boy, although we never see who he dates between Tidal and Fuse. Is it just the Tidal thing? Because if so, y'all wildin', like, saying, like, slut-shaming him. Because what's his cutest boy I ever seen? The new cute Ricky Thailand boy.
T.
Yes.
Okay.
He is so cute, first of all. Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my God. But also, he's like, oh, my dad and his dad are friends, and he's always getting broken up with by all these boys. But like, who's all these boys? Is it just Tidal? Was Tidal so traumatizing to him that it was like as though he went through 500 breakups?
Yeah, because I thought the whole thing with the Tidal character was like that was his first boyfriend. But he was so, like, in love with him that he was just like, men are trash.
And Tidal was like, this is getting too heavy for me.
Yes. So the only thing I would say about Tidal's character that, like, upset me was the slut-shaming thing. Other than that, I feel like I'm a Tidal
But Tidal didn't slut-shame him.
No, it was
it was some other boy.
It was that
because he heard from Tidal, right? It wasn't he friends. The other boy was friends with Tidal's character.
No,
I thought it was something where he was connected to him or something.
He just for some reason Dr. Anna just has this reputation, like I guess because he dated Tidal and like everybody knew.
I'm a Tidal defender.
That like he had this reputation. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like actually based on all his actions, I don't think that Tidal's character like slung his name through the mud.
Yeah.
I think that was just like I think it was just known.
But how did that get out though? That's the confusion
because they were dating.
No, I'm saying how did his reputation become that if Tidal's character
people are. Well, no, because you know how people are like, oh, they're dating, like, oh, he was always over at his place. Yeah. Like, of course they were sleeping together. Like, it's like Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, because they never established they were really boyfriends. Wasn't that the issue? Like he wanted to be in a relationship.
Wanted it to be serious.
So yeah, but
they were casually seeing each other.
So maybe that's why that makes more sense then, because Title's character never wanted like a serious relationship. Right. So then it looked like he was just sleeping around or like dating someone. Right. So I kind of get where Dr. Anna's reputation came in.
I'm a Top defender. That's Title's character's name is Top.
Yeah, Top. Oh, same.
Listen, even though Top is like a villain, like we were like he's a bad guy, yes. But he broke up with him not for any bad reasons. He was like really straightforward with Dr. Anna. Yeah. He was like, I'm not ready for a serious relationship, and Anna was like, ah!
Yeah, no.
And broke up with him. Like Anna like freaked out and broke up with him, and so like Top did not like Top. If anything, was just being honest.
That's why.
Top had his villain era when Fuse and Dr. Anna are dating, and Top is like, never mind, I really want this boy, and he comes back and he's like aggressive about it. He's like, I don't care.
I disagree. I don't think he was aggressive. I think he came back and was like, I want you back. You guys are not, because the whole time, yes, Fuse and Dr. Anna are like kind of like casually dating, like they're working up to a relationship.
1,000%.
So like. Listen,
I'm a Top defender.
There's no ring on that finger. He still had time to like win his boy back.
I agree with that.
All he was trying to do is win his boy back. Yeah. And as soon as like in that last club when he made it clear like no, Top was like, okay, I got you, bye.
Yeah.
Top actually never did have a villain era.
I think that's
except the way that he talked about Fuse, because he's like, this baby boy can't have you as a man. Like he was dissing Fuse.
Sure, that's not a villain era. That is his love rival. Of course he's gonna talk
shit.
Yes,
but that's like a really crappy way. Like it's like politics, right? Instead of telling you how great I am, I'm gonna like trash you.
Yeah, I'll say I agree.
So classless.
I agree with both of you. So I'm in the middle in that sense, because I like that is Top's villain era, because Dr. Anna made it very clear, like, I'm focused on Fuse, like, back
Not
away.
until the end, though.
No, I feel like when that first date, when he was like, I feel like
when they're in the coffee shop
and stuff, like, he made it, like, very known, like, he's focused on Fuse. And that should have been, like...
Right, but they weren't dating. They were, like, seeing each other. They weren't boyfriends. They weren't fans. They were seeing each other, right? Because remember, even that whole conversation is, like... I don't trust you enough to like be boyfriends yet, like all this stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna win you over, and they like go on the dates, like, so it's like they were dating. Listen, Top was like, this boy is getting snapped up by someone else. I need to take my chance to get him back. That's not a villain era. That's a boy, like, he's going after his mans, and he lost.
No, yes. See, the thing with
He's not a villain. He's a love rival. That's the thing, and that's a problem, too, I feel like, in BL. And this happens a lot with, like, girl characters, female characters get villainized because they're like, I'm going to try and win the man. Yeah. And it's not necessarily, now in some cases they are being straight villains, but like in some cases they're not even being villains, they're just the love rival, and that doesn't make them like, again, I'm a Top defender. Also, listen, like, I think this is why it feels like he had a villain era, is because Top is a lot more like rough around the edges than anything Title has ever played before. Yeah. So to those of us that love Title and have seen Title in all of the things, he normally is a very soft boy, right? Yeah. He plays very soft.
This boy was very like aggressive.
All three of us have met Title in real life and know that in real life, Title is a very sweet, nice guy.
Beautiful.
And so Top is a lot more like rough around the edges.
He's bad boy vibes. No, I think his character,
he's even like though bad boy
vibes, like he's like bad boy, but it also in the beginning it kind of like messes with you because you also get F boy vibes, but that's not his.
Only because you're seeing it from Anna's perspective.
Exactly. Right. So that's why I was like, I think because when you go in, you get Anna's perspective, so you think he's the villain. Like, you automatically get the villain thing. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, he wasn't really a villain. Like, he's just fighting for, like,
it's a classic literary trope. We got it from an unreliable narrator. Yeah. Right? So, like, we're getting it from Anna's perspective. So, in the beginning, you think he's a villain because Anna's an unreliable narrator. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? And so, like, we think he's a villain, but he's not. He just has this, like, bad boy persona, and he's like more rough around the edges than we're used to with Title. Yeah. But like, honestly, I watched this and I was like, title yell at me.
Yeah,
I was like, punch me in the face.
Dr. Anna plays victim. Like, he's big victim.
I love him, but yeah.
Big victim vibes. Like, when he's crying to his mom, when he's crying to his dad, when he's like, oh, Fuse's mom doesn't like me, so I need to push Fuse away because, like, I'm not good enough. Like, he big victim vibes.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And he's like, woe is me.
Which is, like, I get to a certain extent. Like, I
mean, he's a sweet, precious man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the two of them together, because also Fuse is very, like, always ready to fight. He's always ready to, like, physically fight someone.
I think I think with Fuse's character, though, there's definitely from the beginning to the end, their maturity growth. But, like, in the beginning, I definitely thought Fuse was, like, a first-year student, like, young compared to, like, Dr. Anna and stuff.
Gosh,
so, like, you saw the immaturity with Fuse's character. So I was like, you can't be popping off. You're going to go to jail if you pop off this much.
Fuse is literally always ready to physically fight someone.
Like, I'm a fight. And I'm like...
Big engineer vibes.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Which is funny because, so, shout out, go watch our interview with Boom and Big Boom.
Yes.
Their real life personalities are kind of opposite. Like, I could see Big Boom being, like, a feisty little, always ready to fight someone. And Boom being, like...
It's okay.
The softer,
they were excellent. Their chemistry was so sweet.
Yeah.
The chemistry was amazing.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching them, like, play boyfriends. The styling in the show was superb.
Yes.
Big Boom's cardigans were my favorite. I love a boy in a cardigan.
Yeah.
I loved every bit of it.
Listen, Big Boom's character, Anna, does no wrong in the fashion department. Yeah, he's a little... whiner sometimes, but like fashion, I was always like outfit on point. I'm gonna buy that, and we all know I have a shopping edition.
Dr. Anna is whiny.
He is. His character is. So then you got like a boy that's whiny, and then you got the one that's ready to pop up at every moment. We're like, okay, we gotta balance this out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay.
So I feel like we need to talk about, speaking of, okay, maybe I'm just setting myself up for failure every week on Series Sunday at this point. Okay, in the very first episode, and this came up when this show came out, like, everybody lost it, like, on TikTok especially about this. In the very first episode, Fuse and Dr. Anna meet, and Fuse says to Fuse has decided, I think it's T, has, like, emboldened, who he plays Gun, he plays Tosakan in the show, has, like, emboldened, Fuse to, like, go hit on someone. He's like, if you want a boyfriend so bad, go hit on someone.
Yes.
And so Fuse walks into the dentist's office. He sees Dr. Anna. Dr. Anna is a cute boy. He decides, because at this point he's, like, so frustrated he doesn't have a boyfriend. He's supposed to have a boyfriend. Yeah. And so he's like, I'm just going to, and he literally says, I'm going to hit on the next boy I see. And so he walks in, sees cute boy. He goes to hit on him, and Dr. Anna is like, what? And he says to him in the translation, on the screen is, will you be my bottom?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And so it was very curious, and everybody, I remember being like,
that had to be a translation, right? That was a translation thing, right?
Everyone was like, is this, and I don't know, like, we really should ask a native Thai speaker.
Okay, yeah.
Like, we should ask Mimi or Mark or something what he said in Thai, like, if they were to translate it word for word for us, because we know that there has been a huge conversation internationally about the usage of the word wife.
Right.
Right? Like, be my wife, right? Like, that kind of thing. And so I do wonder if whoever was doing the translations for Ricky Thailand was, like, taking that into account, because, of course, the translations are for international fans.
Yeah.
That's who they're not for the Thai fans. The Thai fans are just listening to the Thai.
Yeah.
And so I do wonder if they were taking into account that conversation that's happening, and maybe that's just, like, what they went with. I'm very curious, or maybe he just straight up said that.
Yeah, because potentially Fuse, because we know Fuse is bi. We know that this is the first boy that he's ever been interested in.
Yeah.
And potentially it was, like, one of those, like, very inexperienced boys going into this, knowing kind of, like, the outline of, like, I am a top, I need a bottom, and went into
but, like, how you know until you try, like, how you know.
Yeah. I mean, people have very distinct, like, this is who I am, I'm never gonna do this thing. Because we saw it in the warp effect, because Tor's character was like, I don't like this. Like, I will never be satisfied by this. Like, I don't want to do this. And so he was very clear about like it, like there's that big joke in like the gay community that like two bottoms can't be together and two tops can't be together. Yeah. And so I think that potentially he was going into a relationship with a man very heteronormatively and was like, here's what I need. I need a bottom.
Yeah. But I feel like we're never going to know until we ask an actual Thai speaker what he said word for word.
We'll do some research and in the comments we'll let
you know. We do have some Thai listeners. I would love to know, like, if you're a Thai listener and you're listening to this episode, what would the word for word translation of that be? Was that like a translator choice? Was it like, what was the choice there? Or if maybe you've read the novel, was that plucked straight from the novel? Is there context there? I was just so curious because everyone was shook.
Well, I thought everyone was funny.
Like, oh, he's coming out of the game.
Right, I
thought it was like, as a real gay.
As a resident gay.
I thought it was like comical. I was like, maybe they're trying to like start like, you know, Love Mechanics, sometimes they're deep, sometimes they're comical. So I was like, maybe they're trying to be funny with it because, like, you never know. Like, I mean, as a real gay, I thought it was hilarious. I mean, we were sitting here, I just started dying laughing because I was like, did he say that? The boldness. Like,
I know, you asked, you were like, is that real?
Yeah.
And we were like,
I don't know. But I was like, maybe it's comical, but I feel like it's probably like a translation.
Maybe, but who
or
knows?
They try to like suck it. But
Fuse is a street shooter, so potentially he was like, this is what I need.
Yeah, like
he was trying to be up front from the beginning.
You know, he's like, I think I'm this, so are you this?
He's like, know your role.
Yeah, maybe that's his way of being like I'm this, are you that?
Well, and the funny thing is, like, based on the scene, like, Dr. Anna was just kind of, like, a little shooketh, too. So that's why I thought it was funny. So I was like, maybe they purposely said
well, because it's literally the first time they've ever met.
Yeah. He's like, I mean, that's bold.
Bold.
Except so for bold. Dr. Anna has had a crush on Fuse since you've seen him.
Yeah.
Right, but it's the first time they've ever met.
Yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, because we got the stalking moment.
He was, like, shooketh.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Paula. Paula is, like, my spirit animal.
So cute.
Okay.
I know she's like, you don't want to date him? I'll take him.
Yeah.
This girl, and she takes her friends to go look at this cute boy. Like, that's my favorite part about this is in the very beginning of the first episode, she takes her friends in the car to go look at a cute boy that she's found. I thought that was hilarious because I definitely did that in high school. Yeah. Like, we used to drive by boys' houses. I don't know if anybody else did that, but, like, we used to drive by boys' houses, like, just in case they were, like, out from playing basketball or they were, like, going out with their friend, like, you know, like, leaving with their friends or something. Like, you could, like, catch them because, like, we're all in school together. Yeah. Like, you knew where people lived. Right. Like, I remember, in fact, this is college age, like, I think I was turning, it was like my 20th birthday, because it was a birthday party.
Cute.
It was like, I remember there's a boy that lived in our neighborhood. I still lived at home because I was going to college in the same city where my, like, parents lived, so I lived at home when I went to college. And the power went out. It had been, like, storming, and the power went out. So, like, party, dead. And so, but, like, all of our friends were there, and the boy that I had a crush on, who also happened to be a professional soccer player. But it was, like, this interesting situation because, like, he went to high school with my friends because, like, we all lived in the same neighborhood. Anyways, he lived, like, 5 houses up from me because, like, he still lived with his parents, and I had a crush on him. And we used to, I remember on that day specifically, it was the first day we did it, we were like, we're going to take a walk because the power went out. Yeah. We were like, we're going to take a walk. Yeah. And we, like... Yeah, would, like, walk past Tyler's house. And listen, when I tell you, my sister and he had a younger brother that my younger sister had a crush on. Cute. And so
2 for 1.
My sister and I that summer got, like, amazing glutes. Like, our glutes were killing it. Our calves were popping because, like, we were taking walks every day. We were like, we're going to go take a walk in the neighborhood. And we would, like, walk past their house. So when Paula is, like, taking her friends to like, go look at this cute boy she found, I was like, I feel good.
So what I heard is you guys wanted to exercise, and the boy was a bonus passing by your exercise.
He was the motivation to, like, get our calves on point.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, the friends in this show are...
A1.
Excellent.
Well, this is going to be our breaking point of our friendship because I don't like... We talked about this while watching it because I was beyond frustrated with Fuse's best friend. What was his name?
Campan.
Okay, I'm not even going to try to say that.
Yeah.
Campan, yeah. Oh, wait, did I do that right?
You did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Campan.
I don't agree. I felt like that friendship was a little too close. Like, he did give off vibes that he did like Fuse. Like, I personally picked up, like, oh, I think he has a crush. I thought that was going to be a love triangle because his character was too, like, needy of Fuse. So when Dr. Anna came up with like, this is too much, I was just like, it is too much, because I wouldn't care for that.
Yeah, that's a classic trope. I think that's a classic trope in real life, where you have a best friend that like they talk about this in the show, where all of your friends have coupled up. They're all spending time with their boyfriends.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's just you and your friend.
Yeah.
And if there's zero romantic feelings, those romantic feelings get put on those two friends because you're the only two single people in your group of friends. And so suddenly you're like, I don't like him. Like, Campan over and over is like, I don't like him. But there is a closeness because they're the only two that really spend a ton of time together and interact with each other.
And he doesn't want to lose his last friend because they have conversations about like, even like, Fuse says, like, when I get a boyfriend, I'm not going to be like my other friends and ditch my friends because they both had this situation where, like, all of a sudden their friend group was, like, gone.
Mark and V are off banging all the time.
And they were like, that was hilarious. But they were, like, frustrated about it. And so he was, like, very much trying to, like, stick to his principles and be like, I'm not going to ditch my friend. When I get a boyfriend, I'm not going to ditch my friends. And so I'm with you, though. I did get the vibes that Campan, like, had a crush on Fuse, but Fuse made it clear to him, this is who I'm dating. Nothing ever got inappropriate. Even Campan never was like, I want to date you. They were just like, he was trying so hard to stick to his principles of like, I'm not going to ditch my friends because I got a boyfriend. And I do think it was unfair of Anna to be like, I'm 1,000%. Insecure about this and therefore you can't have this friend anymore.
No, that was weird.
Like, that's unfair.
Well, and Fuse has such big baby boy energy that when he was like going through it at any point in time, he was going to Campan and was like hugging on him and was like, woe is me. And so if Dr. Anna sees that, he's like,
exactly. Because I'm not upset with the friendship part. Like, that's your best friend. You're gonna go to your best friend. It's just, I think once Anna was just like, I'm insecure about it, it's like that weird gray line where it's like, okay, now Fuse has to tread lightly. Like, this is my best friend. We don't have a romantic connection. But also as like being a boyfriend, I feel like you shouldn't hug or be super lovey-dovey on the guy that your boyfriend is so insecure about. Like, I get it. It's just that weird gray area. Like,
I will say, but when you first get into the relationship,
so hard.
No, it is. That's like the weird gray area.
It's hard to transition that.
Because then you have Anna like straight up just like being blunt and was just like, I don't feel comfortable because how much you need this boy to a certain extent, and that's your best friend. Like, you're gonna need it. Like, I call you guys all the time, but I feel like if there was like there's certain things we don't cross with best friends. I don't know. It's like that weird thing. Like, if Josh came up to me and was just like, oh, you're a little too like touchy-feely, because then it could come off like to others like, you know, inappropriate. So
sure,
I think
to others, but to me I was like, that's unfair because at that point you're not trusting your partner.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're saying because like regardless of like how another, I don't know, let's say I'm like all lovey-dovey on some like one of my like guy friends. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not a touchy-feely person. So that's like not like I would never be in that situation. Yeah. But like if I was, let's say I was a touchy-feely person, even if that other person felt some kind of way about it, if I'm telling you I don't feel that kind of way about it, and that other person has never told me they feel that kind of way about it, you're just like getting that assumption. And then my husband was to be like, well, you need to stop. At that point, what I'm hearing as the partner is you don't trust me.
Yeah.
Right? Well, like, what about my relationship with you is so untrustworthy that, like, you don't trust me to be faithful to you?
I think it comes
like,
to
that's offensive.
No, I get that point, but my thing is always, like, I could trust my partner, but I don't necessarily trust the other person.
But it takes two to tango. So, like, what do you think the other person could try as hard as they want to, like, seduce and flirt? If you're trusting your partner to, like, stay faithful to you, then, like, you're good. You, like, I
know this is all make-believe in my brain because nothing ever happened from it, but I'm, like, outside perspective. Like, if I'm telling my boyfriend, like, I'm insecure about your best friend because I think your best friend has feelings for you, and he's like, no, my boyfriend's shutting it down, but all of a sudden say this best friend kisses him, I'm going to be like, I knew it. Like, it's almost like I've proven, like, so it's like that
but
weird
like
thing.
if he kisses, like, unless your husband kisses him back and like does something, that's not like nothing's gonna happen. If anything, if he did that, you should trust your partner enough, like to be like to push him away and be like, okay, now I'm cutting this off because you have made it inappropriate. Yeah. And so for me, it's like a trust thing. It's like I don't believe that you should be in a relationship, period, if you don't have that kind of trust.
No, 1,000%.
I mean, we've seen that
or like
they
a
don't
deep
trust
relationship.
each other at all.
Yeah.
It was just, I think that because that was a big part of it. I feel like the ending.
Like their trust is lacking.
Well, because of Top's character, but I don't know what. Did I miss something? Like, because other than like Top saying like I don't want to be in a relationship, was anything like really?
No. Dr. Anna is just a whiner.
Well, no, it might be because like the sexual part of it. Like he gave himself up, so maybe that's the
sure.
But like,
and we do know he was his first.
Well,
so maybe that's the thing.
Well, and he overheard him talking to this guy instead of talking directly to Dr. Anna.
Yeah.
Top was talking to his friend and wasn't communicating clearly to Dr. Anna. So I think that's why.
Okay, here's the other problem I have with that. They're not in a like boyfriendy relationship. He's getting advice from his friend. He's like, hey, I don't know what to do about this. He's asked me to go meet his parents. I don't know that I'm ready for that kind of relationship, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. Like, what should I do? I need your help. Yeah. I feel like it is well within his rights to do that. Like, I don't think that he's not communicating with Dr. Anna because he does. Yeah. He's like, I was going to tell you. I was just trying to figure out how without hurting your feelings.
I just thought of the TikTok sound, I'm like, we're talking about all this, and it's like, I feel like I'm gonna be Dr. Am I the problem? Am I the drama? Like it's all it's Dr. Anna, and I love
the drama.
I love
Dr. Anna is the drama.
Like I came because I had blinders because that man is beautiful. He's a dentist.
He's so sweet.
He's so sweet, but like he is the problem.
He's
like in
the
every
drama.
situation, I'm like because Top ex-boyfriend not really in the wrong. Because he's just stating like I'm not ready for a relationship,
and you
then
even
Dr.
hear
Anna,
the conversation,
like
with his friend. He's like, he's asked me to do this. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go, but I don't know how to tell him because I do like him. And you hear the friend side, right? Yeah. So like, you hear the friend be like, well, why are you dating him if you don't want to be with him? And he's like, but I do like him, and I do want to be with him. I'm just not ready for that.
So wait. Dr. Anna's
and so
drama.
Like, Dr. Anna
is the drama.
Because with Top, it's Dr. Anna's problem. Then with the best friend thing, because I think I'm a Dr. Anna defender, and it's so hard to defend him at this point after like discussing.
No, I mean he's not a bad person.
No, he's not.
Just the drama.
Yeah, he is the drama. Like he's not a bad person, but you're right. Like every situation comes back to like Dr. Anna having a problem, but like it's
having
not
like a meltdown.
It's not that like it is deep, but not that deep to like have this big of issue.
That big of a
Dr.
meltdown.
Anna, I still love you though.
No, I know,
but like you are the drama.
Yeah,
I know. See, and this is why, as somebody who has 2 therapists,
I love that for you.
Everyone should get regular therapy. Because, like, I feel like it would be really helpful for him in working through his emotions.
Yeah.
Like,
process.
Because it's not, like, you don't have, like, going to a therapist doesn't make you, like, you're not sick.
Right.
It is just a helpful, it's like amazing. It's like getting facials. It's like getting pedicures. It's like, it is a form of just, like, take it, like, right? Like.
Listen, I relate to Dr. Anna only because he's so sensitive. I'm a Cancer. Dr. Anna is definitely a Cancer.
Yeah.
He just is over emotional. I'm over emotional. That's what.
But like.
This is an awakening.
Oh my God.
You
are absolutely the drama.
Therapy.
Oh my God, I am the drama.
But you should try therapy. Like, it's like, I genuinely, like, again, as somebody that has 2 therapists, I, like, for 2 different reasons, and one is like a recent thing, but like, regular just like maintenance therapy is what it's called, is like super helpful. Again, I see it as like, it's like getting facials. It's like getting your nails done or getting a pedicure.
Because the only person that Dr. Anna talks to is his parents, and that's great, but like his mom, he cries on his shoulder, her shoulder. And his dad, it's like, his dad is like, what is wrong with you, child? Like, get it together.
The funny thing about that, hi, buddy.
If you're listening, Parker has joined us.
Yes, my dog has joined the
sweet
podcast.
What's up, Pops? You know what? That's true. And then and he still has these friends, so I wish Dr. Anna just went with his friends and just always just complain about them, because it's so hard to complain about your significant other to your parents because it taints it.
Right.
Like, I had a really bad breakup for 12 hours, really bad, dramatic, homo over here. Cancer also, like, we went to our parents' house, we cried, it was this big old thing, and then we got back together 12 hours later. So dramatic. But it's just, Dr. Anna's the drama.
He's the drama. He's not a bad person.
He's not a bad person, but he's the drama.
To wrap this up, The Mark V mentions. I truly
amazing.
I wish we could.
If you are watching the show, you should come up with a drinking game. You'll be completely drunk.
Wasted.
Do it on like a day where you don't have anything to do the next day or something. Like,
literally every episode, they reference Mark and V off living their like honeymoon life.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Mark and V. Every episode, it's kind of hilarious.
I almost wish they gave us like a little, just a quick.
No, I'm glad they weren't in it. It would be way less funny if they were in it. Like the mentions would be way less funny.
Yeah. I love the recast from End of Love of Gunn and Bar. The casting this time, sorry Folk, but Bar
do be big cute in this one.
He's so cute.
I love Folk.
And I like that they're like the old married couple.
Yeah.
They're the old married couple that's like giving advice to the babies. Oh.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, great show.
Would you rewatch this show?
Maybe for funsies, if I needed something for like a flight or something, because it's so short, it'd be a good like flight show or something.
I mean, I know, because I watched it all here.
It definitely made me want to watch Beaver Show.
Yeah.
Because I love all these actors. I like all these people in this show. So, like, it made me want to go, like, watch more of the Rookie Thailand stuff.
Yeah.
We should definitely watch This Is Love Story.
Or not, if you don't feel like in your heart. And with that, this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and keep up with all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.
Bye.